Nigga, I'm too rich to be broke. Till my bank account, it better catch up to my soul. Manifesting through the pain, take back what I own. Every time I'm on the track, my tongue gon' speak gold. Nigga, royalty, I just landed on earth, yeah. Chose a body, skin color like the dirt, yeah. And if I put my hand on it, it'll work, yeah. Everything I touch is gold, nigga, royalty, yeah. I'm abundant in my soul, royal from my head to my pinky toes. Every time I check the bank, it overflows. So I withdraw and it just send me back more, nigga, royalty. See, if I touch it, it's gon' prosper, there's no other option. Got so much power from the source, I'm about to blow the socket. They say I'm so different, I'm from another dimension. So much God in my genes, you think I'm rocking true religion. Not to mention holiness inside my brother's spirit speaks when I be spitting. Abundance can't live without me, man, I think we codependent is written. God in the body of a beast. Why you think I got dominion everywhere I lay my feet? With a pedicure too, cause I breathe excellence. Walking around smelling godly, so that means I'm heaven sent, yeah. Royalty is all they see when I come around. I'm just a queen who chose to wear her crown. I'm too rich to be broke. Till my bank account, it better catch up to my soul. Manifesting through the pain, take back what I own. Every time I'm on the track, my tongue gon' speak gold, nigga, royalty. I just landed on earth, yeah. Chose a body, skin color like the dirt, yeah. And if I put my hand on it, it'll work, yeah. Everything I touch is gold, nigga, royalty, yeah. I'm abundant in my soul, royal from my head to my pinky toes. Every time I check the bank, it overflows. So I withdraw and it just send me back more, nigga, royalty, yeah.
Yeah. I had to elevate my mental. I got up off my ass and pressed the gas on my potential. I tame my temptations, now I'm taking care of my temple. I pull up to the function, skip the line, don't show credentials. They know I'm presidential. Everything monumental when you recognize your moment. See, I built it on my own, so ain't no question if I own it. They used to laugh, call me alone, and now they ask for a loan. Or see my exit, I wouldn't succeed. I plant my feet and now I grown. Or see, I used to be a stoner, now I'm high off life. I'm up high in plain sight, just hopped off a flight. Me and Hunt, old kid, now they gotta raise the price, cause I invested in myself and made it back overnight. Dog, we all fall short, don't give a fuck about your height. In America, do you wrong, so you better know your rights. See, they do it for attention, I just follow intuition. I'm on a mission, why they missing? I ain't difficult, I'm different. Ooh.
Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level.
Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, with my gold medal. See, I used to try to force it, now I flow with it. They threw dirt up on my name, but now I grow with it. I used to wait up on my blessing, now I go get it. I'm done waiting, done debating. If God tests me, let him grade me. This that top shelf flow, yeah, I'm way out your reach. Used to choose between shoes, now I tell them give me each. But I don't brag about no fashion, cause I ain't one for the flash. Used to sag, now I'm a grown man. I keep my belt fast and had so much on my plate. But then I started fasting, then I started meditating, then I started levitating. This that self-knowledge, black man educated, could've been in that cell. Now every day a celebration. Now these days I practice celibacy and focus on development. And I ain't really emotional, I'm just emotionally intelligent. Shawty call me selfish cause I don't focus on my betterment. These days I'm on a higher level, no I can't settle. Whoa.
Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level.
Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, dog, I'm special. If life's a marathon, want my gold medal. Yeah.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind. Target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind. Or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
This is medicine music, prescription of frequency with a dose is influenced by the state of the culture lacking some nourishment. Hella deficient in love, they needed encouragement, but taught to get numb off the drugs. Started to notice the loose screws, 10 of my toolbox, cause how can you mend the issue when you got a bruised heart and mentally been scarred, physically been barred, ready for rebirth, but spiritually it's been hard. Let me take you through some steps that I done learned, loved one, cause it don't happen overnight, this healing's earned, loved one. It come with practice, releasing your distractions, setting healthy boundaries and managing attachments. We made in God's image, but we started walking backwards when we gave away our power by submitting to a master. Then they pimped our infrastructure, changed the pricing in the package. Told you if you want it back, it's in blood cause they attacking. If you want to free your mind and free your spirit from the toxic, gotta vow to kill the poison of the snakes that's in your garden. Only giving your attention to the things that bring you honor. Keep your vibe sucker free and your circle free from drama. Shit, life crazy when you really think about it, and shit could get wicked if you really ain't moving solid. I'm praying you don't risk your whole life just for $1, and you conquer your demons before you end up getting conquered. So I gift you this medicine music. Yeah, I gift you this medicine music. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. Belly of the beast to swallow you up for profit. Call it capital gains and they ain't even lifting proper. I aim to break the cycle my grandma passed to my mama, cause the DNA carry generational wealth and trauma. Encoded with a message, unfolding to your blessings. If you walk in your purpose, you can heal your family lineage. Work smart so I can leverage all of this time invested. Sing about me when I go, I lived everything I was destined. Victory over obstacles, 2020 my opticals. Cutting out all distractions, applying knowledge, I got the tools. Lesson learned that I got it, you junior die. Sparked a few, step die, spark the fuse, no way I'ma lose this weight. I carry heavy, but my ancestors heavier. Thought I was moving steady, but now I'm moving steadier. Gave my burdens to God, and now I'm feeling merrier. Got my eye on a lover, imagining I can marry her. And now it's come a time where you gotta pick a side, or whether or not you gon' contribute to Earth's demise, or if you gon' be one of them ones that embody light. Cause the future gon' be fucked up if the kids can't live their life. So I offer you medicine music. Yeah, I give you this medicine music. Yeah, ayy. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. I gift you this medicine music. Yeah.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. Frequency.
Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I'm raising kids thinking about me and my son connection, while the sun is setting thinking about his one direction. Where he'll choose and where he'll lose just to be respected. You'll be confused and that'll fuel you to make the corrections. Teaching you life will be on your side when you least expect it. But when you want it the most, sometimes you'll be met with rejection. It's just a Part of how this go, they call them highs and lows. But your work ethic can dictate how high you go. My only hope is you find someone with a good chakra balance. You know, someone to keep you happy and embrace your talents. Creating a safe environment like you was raised to do. But one day that self-love might be your deepest challenge. If you lead with your heart, the other parts will follow. Losing people along the way is a hard pill to swallow. God gives his toughest challenges to his strongest soldiers. When it's in you, not on you, you become the controller. I grew my locks after you, cause you inspired me. Our antennas got powers, we hit the lottery. See, my father wasn't around to teach me how to be. I'm just hoping to raise a man that could be proud of me. Look, son, you got everything you need to succeed in this life. How you gonna pick yourself back up if you too scared to fall? You might doubt yourself at times because of what people like. Gotta look within when you start noticing them character flaws. Long as you moving, don't worry about who moves slower, faster. If you meditate right, you'll stop dreaming and you'll start to travel. I ain't tripping, I know you're gonna make mistakes we can't avoid. But find your peace, create some space, because that's half the battle. Keep your head up, never forget that you your father's boy. I just want you to be a good man, don't live in my shadow. I love you more than life itself, that's on my Adam's apple. You made a man of me, the gift that keeps the family active. If this world ever breaks you down, I always tell them stay strong. Remember that I got your back. No, you don't gotta face this world on your own. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Yo, to my son, man, I wanna let you know you're an awesome big brother. You're an awesome little brother. Just an awesome human being. You know, right now you're only 10 years old, man, but the world's gonna start throwing distractions and things to try to make you turn you into a bad person, man. I want you to use this song always to stay grounded, stay humble, stay positive, and allow yourself to grow. Be graceful with yourself, son. Be graceful with yourself. The world will try to speed you up as fast as they want you to go, but be graceful with your pace and with the way you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough, but you got this, man. God gives the toughest challenges to the strongest soldiers. You one of them. Go make the world a better place. If this world ever breaks you down, I always tell them stay strong. Remember that I got your back. No, you don't gotta face this world on your own. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me.
11 laws of God. I'm a vessel. It is I, Saucy, the musical mathematician. Law 1, you come from a piece that none can disturb. The hidden one is you get back to zero if you need to purge. Law 2, nothing in this world can be against you. All your experiences are here to lift you and assist you. Law 3, your knowing is unlimited. Your not knowing just mean your mind ain't formed it into sentences. Let go of the ignorance, step into your omnipotence. Challenges will fall once you cultivate the experience. Law 4, words plus emotion is a potion. You can change the world by being true and just evoking. Keep your heart still, die to the world and go reach higher land. I know I will succeed, I surrender to the divine plan. Law 5, God needs you to come into existence. Let your intuition guide you inside you, let go resistance. Law 6, God need to punish his no awards. You are one with the Lord, that power is all yours. Law 7, rejection, redirection, don't make life hard. You have the power, but not the right to just ignore God. Choose peace, detrimental emotions make you lose sleep. This medicine and candy, I will, therefore I am free. Law 8, you are not a human, you're a divinity. So in the face of challenges, you can maintain your inner peace. Law 9, it's not what you think or what you affirm. It is who is thinking and affirming. Gotta discern the knowledge you've obtained is not the only education. No longer mash your motives through rationalization. Law 10, sacrifice your strength to go be with the all receive.
Hey, peace and blessings, star seeds. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another Pronoia Star Seed podcast, y'all. Welcome. Thank you for being in the building tonight. Yes. Shout out to Knowledge Born. Shout out to Lady Saturn. Thank you, Star Seeds, for tapping in. That's right, pretty Nikki. The Math Metaphysician is in the building. Supreme Numerics is in the building. Yes, y'all. Whenever I say Supreme Numerics, that's what I want to say. Yes, y'all. Shout out to Mr. Westbrooks. Tonight is a wonderful Pronoia night. Yeah. She says she laughs every time she see that. Oh, look, the week is almost up. We gonna lay off after a week. Okay. But thank you guys for tapping in tonight. So again, it is a Math Metaphysician's night. We are decoding the father. So, last month was all about the mother. We went in depth with the mother. We was all on the mothership. We was all, we was in it. And you know what? We gotta honor the father as well. Father's Day is on June 21st. So in order for us here on Pronoia to go ahead and get it in with the Math Metaphysician himself, he is here on the 13th. We're gonna get into the father a little early. So here's a happy early Father's Day gift to the fathers as Mr. Westbrooks breaks down and decodes the father tonight. So without further ado, Starseeds, welcome to some. Welcome back for others, the Math Metaphysician himself, Mr. Westbrooks. Yeah, we're gonna give you some snaps on that.
Love. Oh yeah, we getting in the mood, getting ready for Pronoia poetry, so we getting our snaps ready.
That's right.
Ready, y'all.
How you doing tonight?
I'm all is well. I'm still recovering, from the past couple of weeks, but the rest is coming back, the energy's coming back. My chest is clearing up for the most part, so just bear with me this evening. I'm taking me a little cough drop right now.
Okay. Let's see that shirt. What shirt you got on for us tonight? What's it say?
Oh, we got a Lost from the Lost Paradise collection.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, the Lost Paradise collection. So shout out to my brother, Fresh God, from Asbury Park, New Jersey. That's what the Lost Paradise is representative of, Asbury Park, because with the gods, they had their schools all around the nation, law schools around the nation. So in Asbury Park, you had the law school of Allah's Paradise. I mean, the building is no longer there, but the spirit is still alive. So shout out to him. He just launched this line a few weeks ago. I went and supported the launch party. So shout out to my brother, Fresh.
Yes, shout out to Fresh with the fresh shirts. I like that. I like it. So tonight you are decoding the father. I'm excited to hear what you have in store. I have not heard anything so far, so I'm really looking forward to this. I got a lot out of the mother decoding, so I'm sure this evening we're going to be intrigued by what we receive. Now, I'm going to take my seat where I belong in the front of the class tonight. I'm not going to sit in the back. I'm going to sit in the front because, I don't know anything truly about that father energy as much as I do. I'm truly engulfed in the mother. So I want to hear what you got to say. I got to get real close tonight. So.
All right. Sounds good. So the only thing I'm going to need you to do before you go in the back, or you could probably do this from the back, is I'm going to bring a visual this time. So
I know that's right. The Starseeds is not playing with y'all. With these visuals, and they ain't even telling me, they just popping them on the screen.
No, yeah, I just need to share. I just need to share the screen, you know.
I ain't
So
got to do no
we
work.
gotta do add it to the stage. Yeah, you ain't even gotta load nothing up. So yeah, because so I shout out to Claudia with the Human Design show from a couple of days ago. That was a magnificent show. I said in the comments that I need to go back and watch the old videos to catch up because human design is something that's new and unfamiliar to me. So now, now that we in Pronoia University with it, I got to go back to the elementary school lessons and get caught up. But I had to shout out Claudia because she brought out the slides.
Yes.
I'm like, all right, you know what? We got all types of learners. We have auditory learners, but we also got visual learners.
That's
and I know especially Rael should be taking copious notes. So I'm like, maybe I should throw some slides up there so that you can see it visually and copy things down or take screenshots, whatever you got to do. So
that's Claudia right there. Look at that. You spoke her up.
Oh yeah. So Claudia, I got the slides tonight like you did. I used to, my first couple of appearances, I brought out the chart paper and I was writing on the chart paper, but I decided, you know what, let me bring the slides out, help the people out there so they can gather and process the information a little bit better. So I'm going to add this to the stage. There we go.
Look at that, Mr. Westbrooks.
Oh wow, I inspired you to do the slides. Oh, that's funny.
That is funny. Look at that. Look at the energy exchange that goes along with the star seeds. Is so wild. It's like we don't have to speak to each other. It just happens. All right, I'm going to go and take my seat in class. Peace, star seeds. Thank you for being here tonight. See you in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Goddess Rael, for adding that to the stage. So, and of course, gratitude to the Goddess Rael for this platform and another month of June. So I'm glad to be back with you all, with the family. On this side, I'm with you all the time, but to be back on this side and on the screen, happy to be back, and always gratitude to the Goddess for providing the platform and the space and the energy and setting the vibe each and every time, getting us in that zone to activate the Starseed portal. So may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight of Source and the ancestors, and particularly the Father this evening. And there's we'll add the June video for the end of class. Okay, so, yep, that'll work. So there's balance in everything. And I chose to focus on the Father for June in alignment with Father's Day, but this was a Mr. Westbrooks Supreme Numerics decision. This is not I did not pressure the Goddess Rael to make June Father's Month, since May was Mother's Month. This is a Father's episode, a Father's show. Now, if the other star seeds decide to talk about the Father as well, that is their own prerogative. But I'm choosing on my own to focus my show on the Father, just to bring the balance to it. So as you know, this is Decoding the Father, and this offering, this lesson, this message is livicated and consecrated to my own biological father, TLW, as well as my two grandfathers, John Westbrook and Justice Spetz Forehand. Peace to them. I never met my grandfather on my mother's side because he transitioned long before I was even thought of. My mom was a little girl when he transitioned, and my father's father, he transitioned in 1999, I believe. I had a relationship with my father's father, even though I didn't see him that often. My father's from Tennessee, so my grandfather still lived in Tennessee my entire life, but we used to go and visit every summer. But, I did have a relationship with my father's father, so shout out to him. And then shout out to all the other father figures in my life and the father figures universally. So the father figures in my life, all of those uncles, all of those older cousins, and all of those father figures who I'm not related to, those male teachers, those coaches, those deacons and pastors and ministers and brothers in the church when I was growing up, college campuses, work environments, schools, internships, everywhere where there's a father figure, I honor you and I express my gratitude for the guidance, the wisdom that you have imparted on me, and the example that you have imparted on me on what it means to be a divine masculine in balance and what it looks like to be an excellent example of a father. I'm not a father. I'm not a biological father yet myself, but I do have 2 godchildren. I have a goddaughter and a godson, and I'm a male teacher also in the school system. So I stand in the gap as a father figure in that capacity as well. I say, oh, pour the virtual libations, or I'll take a sip for the virtual libation there. All right, so let's get into it. But before we decode the father, we have our daily metaphysical mathematics for Saturn's Day and Sunday, since we're closing out Saturday in about an hour and a half. So this Saturday that we're coming to the conclusion of is the 13th day of June. So it's a 13-4 calendar day. 13 is the number of power and dominion, amongst many other meanings of it. And the number 4 is the number of organization, stability, structure, practicality, amongst other meanings. But for the purposes of decoding the energy of this day that we're ending, I want to focus on those meanings. And then when you add up the month, day, and the year, June 13, 2026, it is a Master 11 Universal Day /2 if you reduce the master number down to a single digit. And master number 11 is the number of spiritual downloads, channels, enlightenment, and compassion. So the message when we put all of that together is to use our spiritual authority responsibly, because remember, we talked about spiritual authority last month in May. Use your spiritual authority responsibly by combining those spiritual downloads and channels that you're receiving with the practicality, the discipline, and the stability. So that's the energy of the day, bringing that enlightenment. We talked about the light and the dark on Unread Book Review earlier this afternoon. So bringing that light to the darkness of ignorance, that's that master number 11 energy. And when I talked about spiritual authority and the responsibility that comes with being granted the spiritual authority, and also the spiritual 411 back in April, you need to use those spiritual tools, those spiritual gifts in a responsible way and in the practical way in which they can be applied and useful to you and useful to the people that you are encountering and interacting with. Now, tomorrow, Sunday is the 14th the 14th day of the month of June. And 1 + 4 is 5. So we're under the influence of that number 14 as well as that number 5. And the number 14 as the temperance card in tarot numerology and Chaldean numerology is that number of balance and moderation. And 1 + 4 is 5. And 5 is the number of change, adaptability, and on the challenging side, vices and exhaustion. And when we add up the month, day, and the year, tomorrow is a 3 universal day. And the challenges of the 3 are connected to excess, when you overdo your work or overdo your play, overwork or overplay, which can lead to stressed nerves and strained nerves, and exhaustion. So the message for tomorrow that you want to keep in mind, since it is Sunday and you're getting ready to enter in a new week, you're concluding a full week of work, a full week of play, a full week of activity. Tomorrow is all about restoring that balance and that rest, which is already the message for Sundays anyway. In many cultures and perspectives, Sunday is perceived as the day of rest. And the numerics of June 14th doubles down on that message to rest on Sunday and restore balance. So that can be rest from a week of hard work at your job, in your vocation, in your business, or it can be rest and recovery and restoration of balance from a weekend of turning up Friday night or Saturday night. If you're leaving Pronoia Starseed podcast at the conclusion of the show and you're going out tonight, tomorrow you want to restore that energy by resting. So now we'll get into our feature presentation, which is Decoding the Father. So we'll start with the meaning of the word Father, and then we'll go into the numerology of Father, and then we'll go into the energy of Father's Day, this year's Father's Day, and then we'll close out with the mathematical, metaphysical summation and conclusion. Yes, a restful surrender Sunday. Yes. So on a very basic level, biological level, a father is just the male parent. Because I know, and I had to go over all of this because we're living in a time where there's a lot of confusion about parents and gestating and non-gestating, individuals and talk about all of that. So we got to get back to the basics, right? We got to go to the basics and say that a father is the male parent. I don't know what gestating or non-gestating is. All I know is that a father is a male parent, a mother is a female parent. You have to be a man to be a father. You have to be a woman to be a mother. That's all I know. But beyond the biology, you also have adoptive fathers, men who are fathers who may not be the biological father, but they're the father on paper, according to the legal paperwork within this realm and matrix of the United States of America. You also have stepfathers and godfathers, like myself. And then you have those men that stand in the gap, like those teachers, those coaches, those community leaders. And then you also have the more figurative and spiritual meanings of father. Father is known as the creator or the originator. For example, you have the father of this and father of that. You have the father of mathematics. You have the father of metaphysics. You have the father of, whatever. You got the father of soul, or the godfather of soul. So you have those more figurative kind of meanings, but they all apply to the father regardless of whether they're literal, figurative, biological. Papa Saturn, Father Saturn. Yep, astrologically, you have these archetypes of the mother and the father. Father also refers to the ancestors. A father is a metaphor for someone who's a protector and a leader. And then you also have your fathers in the religious state too, such as the clergymen, church fathers. Then you have God the Father within the Trinity of traditional Christianity, but I guess you also have it in the Gnostic tradition too, but it's a different type of Trinity going on, but that's a whole other conversation. So that's the literal and figurative and spiritual meaning of father. So let's see what the numbers say about father. And again, when I'm breaking down the meaning of these words numerically, it's here to show you how they align, correlate, compare to these definitions, these literal definitions, these connotated definitions, the denotated definitions. You will notice when we break down the vibration of these words from a numerical perspective, you'll notice that they carry similar meanings, or the meanings are connected. So let's get into the metaphysical mathematics of father. So as you see on this chart, I'm not sure. I probably could have made the font a little bit bigger. I made the chart bigger, but I didn't make the letters and the numbers bigger. So forgive me if that's a little bit difficult to see on the screen there, but I will verbalize what you're looking at as well. So what you see in the top row with the green, that is the Chaldean alphabet. I forgot to put the alphabet in the slides, but maybe next time I'll review the numerical values for Chaldean numerology and the numerical values for the Pythagorean numerology, which is on the bottom row in the blue. So on the top is the green, the Chaldean system of numerology, which is the older, more mystical system of numerology that takes into account the double-digit meanings of the numbers. And then on the lower portion, you see the Pythagorean system of numerology, which is the more modern system. And we know it's modern just from the name. Pythagorean comes from Pythagoras, and we know that Pythagoras studied under the Cometians in Kemet, for 22 years. So he learned from them and he remixed it and made his own version. And so now we have Pythagorean numerology. And if you go back to high school, you had the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But of course, he's probably not the originator of that. But anyway, you got these two systems here. And you have the word father going through the center. So starting with the Chaldean system, father, and also to add on to this, to the definitions, father is the more formal term for the male parent. The more informal terms include dad, pops, papa, but we'll deal with the formal term father, since I dealt with the formal term of mother, instead of mom, ma, and all of those variations. But in the Chaldean system of numerology, father adds up to the number 25. And we'll deal with the double-digit compound and Chaldean meaning of the 25, and then we'll talk about the meaning of the number 7 when you add 2 and 5 together to equal 7. And what's interesting is when myself and Mawu Lisa did my Umi Says, The Wisdom of the Mother, back in May, in person at the Reefhouse Center in Jersey, I broke down, not only did I break down the word mother, but I also broke down the word wisdom along with the 2 spellings of Umi. And when I broke down the word wisdom numerically, wisdom added up to a 25 as well. And we analyze wisdom as a feminine aspect, since wisdom is the meaning of Sophia in the Gnostic tradition, that divine feminine in the Gnostic tradition. And wisdom is the number 2 in the supreme mathematics, and wisdom is symbolic of the woman. So we identified and displayed how wisdom is feminine with its meaning and with its numerics adding up to 25-7. But with father, this is showing the balance and the duality here of the energy, that even though father is masculine, every one of us has both masculine and feminine energy inside of us, right? So the word father in its numerics further exemplifies that there's a balance between the masculine and the feminine within the father. So one of the meanings of the number 25 is that it keeps one safe on water from drowning, and it makes a good swimmer. Now, we could take this literally, and we could take this figuratively. So if we take it literal, obviously, water safety, swimming, being in the pool, being in the beach and all of that, we could talk about safety and protection there. But when we talk about water symbolically and what water represents, we hear things such as water holds memories, right? We also hear that water is emotion. So I'm going to go with the emotions because it takes me to a book that I got back in 2014. So shout out to another one of the gods, Starmel Allah. He writes about the meaning of water in his book, his first edition or his first installment of the Righteous Way series. He writes about water being analogous to the various emotions that we undergo in relationships. So in this chapter, he's talking about interpersonal relationships between men and women, but water being representative of emotions applies outside of romantic relationships, and it applies to the self too, internally, because we have emotions that we go through and experience as individuals, and our emotions aren't necessarily coming as a result of interactions with other people. Sometimes we experience our emotions just sitting in solitude. Excuse me. So water is analogous to the emotions. So what it means to be a father, and when I'm talking about the meaning of father and in the positive aspects, I'm talking about the good fathers. Now, the bad fathers, they'll just be the inverse of all these descriptions, because there's a duality in all the numbers. There's a positive meaning of the numbers, and then there's a negative meaning of the numbers too. But we're going to focus on the positive meanings. And if you want to put it in context of the fathers who are not so good fathers, just think about the opposite of what I'm describing here. So symbolically, keeping one safe, keeping children safe on water from drowning means teaching children to regulate their emotions. And when I say regulate emotions, that means just to have their emotions in balance, because emotions aren't positive or negative. It's how you use those emotions, or what you do with your emotions, that determines the productivity or the negativity. Because we have, there's always been that narrative over the decades and centuries that men are not supposed to be emotional. And if you really want to blow your own mind, father gets to be father by navigating the water and not drowning, sperm to egg. Woo! Man, we need some. Come on, guys. Rael, you need to get that soundboard so we can get some bombs up in here. Man, yes, the sperm swimming. I didn't even think about that one. That's a heat rock right there. That's a bar. Okay, there we go. Got the gong. That'll work. That'll work. But yes, absolutely. Yeah, my mind is blown too, Lady Saturn. She just blew my mind with that one. But yeah, so it's even before the child comes into the physical realm. The fatherhood begins by navigating and swimming those waters to attach to the egg. Whew. But going back to water as emotions, regulating the emotions doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It doesn't mean being non-emotional. It means feeling your emotions and expressing them in a productive way. So to be a father is to teach that skill and to teach that wisdom. And to be a father is also means working with the mother, whether you're married to the mother, in a relationship with a mother, co-parenting with the mother. And we'll talk about that when I get to the 25 as a compound number. But it's navigating the waters of a relationship. So let me read a little bit of this right here, because now I'm going to talk about the relationship between father and children and father and mother. So we're going to talk about the ship, the SHIP, right? And we're going to extend this water analogy here in this water metaphor. So I'll take it from the top and read this here, because now, remember, like I said, he's talking about men and women relationships, but remember, you can apply this, navigating the emotions, regulating the emotions, to men and women relationships, child and parent relationships, friend to friend relationships, any type of relationship this applies to. So it says, in the lessons, it is stated that this water cannot get above 6 miles from the Earth's surface by the sun and moon. This can be interpreted in a purely scientific way, or we can use this as an analogy to understand the dynamics of relationships between men and women, or, like I said, father and child, mother and father. Water is analogous to the various emotions that we undergo in relationships. Emotions are like water because it has various currents and can be as deep as the ocean. On the surface, someone may appear non-emotional about something, but you won't truly know how deep things are until you test the water. It was told to me that Allah discussed this lesson often. If emotions are like water, a relationship is the quote-unquote relation. That is the quote-unquote ship riding on that water. How that ship sails depends on who is steering. Where and how far that relationship goes depends on who can see the furthest and know where they're going. Strong waves or emotions can capsize the ship or send it off course, which is why we must have our emotions under control when in a relationship. It is nobody else's responsibility but ours, men and women, to keep our emotions or water calm. I know this sounds crazy to some of you. How can a person keep calm when this, whatever you use the name call, doesn't understand me or doesn't love me like I love him or her? I also have been on the emotional roller coaster rides we all been in on our relationships. Sometimes that ride can be fun and filled with happiness, and sometimes that ride will make you sick, in this case, seasick. What I've learned here is that understanding between the sun, which is man, and moon, which is the woman, helps us to explore what and why we feel what we are feeling. Did the other person make us feel a certain way, or are our feelings an inner reaction to what someone said or didn't say or did or didn't do? So I'll stop reading that right there. And like I said, you can apply this to father and son, father and daughter, mother and father. So that number 25, like I said, the father adding up to 25, that number 25 keeps one safe on water from drowning. Now, also the number 25 is the mystical guru with a strong intuition and psychic ability. Now, we often talk about in the number 7, when you add the 2 and 5 together, 7 is an intuitive number. But I was mistaken when I when I broke down the number 7 with the wisdom of the mother. In that lesson, I said that number 7 was a feminine number. Number 7 is actually a masculine number. And you can see it in the flow line of the number 7. It's all straight lines. All right. Or if you can see it on the screen, that 7 is all straight lines. That's masculine energy. But it's still connected to the element of water, which is a feminine element. And that further reinforces this notion that the father has a balance between his divine masculine and his feminine energy. So while women are known to be more intuitive, men are also intuitive, and the father is also intuitive. As a matter of fact, I said last month that while all women are intuitive, it seems like the mother, once a woman becomes a mother, her intuition is multiplied. So she becomes even more intuitive. And you can say the same thing about the father. Once a man becomes a father, a man is already intuitive, but once he becomes a father, he becomes even more intuitive. So this is to say that the father is a man who is intuitive. So going to we'll talk about we'll continue with the Chaldean meaning of the 25, then we'll go to the compound meaning. So also the number 25 suffers tests and conflicts in youth, and then they gain strength through observation and eventually overcoming the obstacles. And in the end, they're rewarded with good fortune in their later years. The snake, the water moccasin, nurturing and intuitive, just like that number 7 energy. And you mentioned the word nurturing. We had that series on the healing chambers talking about the word nurture and nurturing. And we discussed how oftentimes the world is led to believe that only the mother nurtures. But when we broke down the meaning of the word nurture and the numerical vibration of the word nurture, it revealed that nurture is gender neutral. Both men and women nurture. Father and mother nurtures. So thank you for that reminder, Mawu, with that water moccasin. That's that snake. Be as wise as serpents. I'm going ahead and connecting Pronoia to unread, talking about that Gnosticism, but that's another conversation, being wise as serpents and the Christ being the serpent and all that. But we getting off track. But the father is one who goes through those tests and trials, because the cliche goes that there is no manual for being a parent, for being a mother, or being a father. Yes, people have written books and there's classes and all of that, but it's an art to being a parent, and you learn more, or you learn a lot through experience. And that's what this number 25 is telling us here. So early on, as you're first becoming the parent and learning to be a parent or father, you're going to go through some tests, and you're going to go through some conflicts, and you're going to go through some challenges early on as a new father. But as you perfect your practice of being a father, and you work to being the best father you can be, and you observe and you learn through experience, you become stronger as a father, and you overcome those obstacles. So those obstacles and those challenges that you faced as an early or young father, once they reappear again, you like, oh yeah, I got that. I can handle that. And then when you stay the course of being a good father who's in balance and who's productive, you're rewarded with good fortune in later years. And that can look like your children, whether they're biological children or not biological children, those children that you care for, that were in your care when they were young children and young adults, when they become adults and you become an elder, they take care of you and they protect you. It's that whole metaphor of the babies and the elders. how once people get into their elder age, they become babies again. So they need to be taken care of. Who's going to take care of them? Well, if you're a productive father who was not estranged, who was not abusive, who was not neglectful, your children will take care of you when you become an elder. But if you're neglectful, or if you were abusive, or if you were hurtful, negative, them children ain't going to have nothing to do with you when you become an elder. They probably stick you in the nursing home and never come to visit you. That is not good fortune in your later years. So when we go to the compound meaning of the 25, looking at the 2 and 5 individually and how they work together behind the scenes with the 7 in the forefront, 25 is the number of the wise, intuitive, versatile, and adaptive partner. And that is the partner to the mother. The father is the partner to the mother. And like I said, that's regardless if the mother and father are married, if they're in a relationship, or if they're not together, but they're co-parenting. The father is supposed to, or a good father serves as a wise, intuitive, versatile, and adaptive partner to that mother. That's the compound meaning of the 25. And then that 7 again, that's the wisdom and the intuition. That's where the wisdom and intuition comes from. But the number 2, as being the other moon and water number, that the number 2 represents intuition, on the feminine side, while the 7 represents the intuition on the masculine side. And then when we go to the Pythagorean system, that bottom row, that blue row, father adds up to the number 31 as a compound number, and the number 4 as the root number or the single digit number. And as a compound number, the number 31 is the creative and ambitious leader. The number 3 being the numbers of creativity and ambition. The number 1 being the number of the leader, the pioneer, the originator, the innovator. So in many contexts, depending on your cultural context, many people subscribe to the man or the father being the head of the household, the leader of the family. So we see that in the vibration of the word father from the Pythagorean perspective in the number 31. But even if there's so the father can be the head with the wife or the mother underneath, and then the children, or from that perspective, or the mother and the father can be co-leaders. So in both instances, the father is the leader, or both the father and the mother are the leader. But I would go even further and say servant leadership. So a father is a servant leader, not just a leader that delegates and dictates everything, but the father is right there, boots on the ground level, working with the mother, working with the children, and leading them from a position of servanthood. So this isn't to say which way is better. That's up to the individual family to decide which way is the best for them. I stay out of those debates about gender roles and gender wars and going 50-50 and all of that dumb shit. I stay away from all of that. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have them conversations and those debates. I'm just breaking down what the numbers say. And then when you add that 3 and 1 together to get 4, the number 4 is that number of stability, discipline, hard work, structure, foundation, and that is the role of the father. The father is there to provide that stability, to teach discipline, to teach hard work, and to provide structure for the children and for the family. So that is the numerics of the word father. And now we'll go into the energy of Father's Day. Now, I know this is Pronoia University, so I know in the audience, we might have some super conscious folk that don't celebrate no holidays or don't observe no holidays, or they might say the holidays is made up or whatever the case may be. But we know and understand that the masses of people will be observing Father's Day in this realm, in this matrix. I didn't go into the history of Father's Day to see who invented it, when it was created and all of that, but I'll just talk about the vibratory frequency of Father's Day of this year, because Father's Day is always on the 3rd Sunday of June, so that can fall on a different day each year. This year happens to fall on June 21st. And the 21st day of the month, the number 21 in Chaldean numerology, the number 21 is the hero's journey, victory after a struggle, meaning you got to go through some things first, and then in the end, you come out victorious. And isn't that the journey of a father? A father is going to go through some challenges and some struggles. But like I said, with that number 25, in the vibration, in the expression of the word father, as long as you stay the course, put your best foot forward, you will be victorious after the struggle. And then when you add 2 and 1 together to get 3, 3 again is that number of creativity, ambition, but it's also the number of growth, expansion, and self-improvement. And when we add it all together, June 21st, 2026, it adds up to the number 10. It's a 10 universal day, 1 universal day. And in Chaldean numerology and tarot numerology, 10 is the wheel of fortune. And when we reduce it down to the single digit of 1, it's the originator, creator, it's the seed planter. So if you remember from my previous builds on the numerical cycles, the 1 through 9 numerical cycle, the number 1 is the seed planting phase. That's when the seeds are planted. And by the time you get to the number 9, the seed has grown, it's flowered, and it's manifested into its full realized manifestation. So the father is a seed planter. A father plants the seed. At conception, the father plants the seed inside the woman. But once the children is here, the father continues to plant seeds in the children, planting those seeds of wisdom, planting those lessons, those seeds of those lessons, continue to nurture and cultivate the children so they grow into being productive adults. Remember, the goal is always for the next generation to improve upon and be better than the previous generation. But to put it all together for Father's Day, because Father's Day is a day of honoring, it's a day of celebration. So this Father's Day, and a week from now, it's a celebration for the dads who overcame the challenges of fatherhood, and they not only went through those challenges or went over those challenges, but they grew through those challenges. Fatherhood, motherhood, parenthood, it should change you. If you're doing it right, you should grow and become a better person as a result. I've seen it firsthand, just watching my friends who became parents. I'm like, man, y'all not the same as y'all were, years ago when I first met y'all. So you're supposed to become a better person. You're supposed to learn from this experience. Your children become your best teachers. So this is a celebration of you fathers overcoming the challenges and not only getting through the challenges, but growing through those challenges and growing through those struggles. And it's a celebration also for the children. A celebration for the children that had those great dads and those great father figures. And it's also an acknowledgement of the children who may have difficult or challenging relationships or strange relationships with their fathers, but they didn't allow those estranged relationships to hold them back or victimize them. And they didn't allow those relationships to continue the downward spiral or cycle when they became parents. Shout out to those new parents that said, or even if they're not parents yet, they already made the intention and decided that I'm not going to do what my father did. I'm going to be better than my father. And I'm not going to continue the cycle. I'm going to break the negative cycle. So this year's Father's Day 2026 is a celebration of those things. It's a celebration of those fathers who overcame those challenges in their journey of fatherhood and became victorious in their fatherhood, and they grew and improved themselves as a result of their fatherhood. And it's an acknowledgement and love to those new fathers and those children who are, and those young men who are aspiring fathers who want to break the cycle of destruction and negativity. So now we go to our Decoding the Father summation, summary, and closeout. So to summarize the decoding of the Father and the meaning of the Father from a literal, figurative, spiritual, and metaphysical, numerological meaning and perspective, the Father is not only a biological parent, but the Father is a man who serves as a father figure. And it's a man who is versatile, ambitious, disciplined, stable, intuitive, wise, and adaptable, a creator, a protector, servant leader, and partner. And you saw all of that from the connotative and denotative meaning of the word Father. You saw it in the figurative meaning of the word Father, and you saw it in the numerical vibration of the word Father, in the expression number, which is the sum total of all the letters in the word Father. Maybe one of these shows I'll go into the vowels and the consonants and show you what that means and how it relates to the expression number and the different parts of a word or name. But I just decided to focus on the expression number this evening. But all of those meanings of Father are encapsulated in all of those perspectives. So much love and gratitude to all of the healthy, productive, and balanced divine masculine fathers out there, whether I know them personally or not. I salute you. Shout out to the Star Seed fathers, especially. I think that might just be knowledge born of law. So, peace to knowledge born, our Star Seed father. And salutes to y'all, gratitude to you all. Thank you for being the example for me as I go on this journey of being a godfather, being a community father, standing in the gap, and potentially becoming a biological father in the future. Peace of love, peace of blessings. And I'm going to take that down. And I guess now, either the goddess Rael, if she's taking her notes, she might be still cleaning up her notes, or she might cue up the June message, So she'll give us a sign. She'll either pop back up on the screen, or I'm going to disappear from the screen, and you're going to see my recorded video. So let's see what happens. Or I guess I could keep talking too, so we don't have dead air. Another supreme numeric. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let it go. YouTube. This is your June 2026 numerology message for the collective, and this month's message is to look before you leap. Use your mind and intuition before taking action. June is the 6th month. So we're partially influenced by the energy of the number 6, which denotes balance, family, changes regarding the home and education. And when we add 6 to the current year, 2026, that adds up to 16. And when we go to tarot numerology, 16 is known as the tower and also the shattered citadel. And it depicts a tower struck by lightning from which a man is falling with a crown on his head. This imagery represents disaster,
danger, and upheaval as a result of ignoring or suppressing the truth or having misguided or wrong thinking. This is not a month to hide the truth or to lie to anyone, especially yourself, because the truth comes to the light, and ignoring it or purposely keeping it swept under the rug can have devastating results. As a single digit, 1 + 6 = 7, to make June a 7 universal month. To be on the positive side of the 7, you want to trust your intuition, since 7 is one of those intuitive numbers. Intuition, as a characteristic, classifies 7 as a spiritual number, which it is, but there's also the analytical side of the 7. Maximizing the universal 7 month also means doing your due diligence and performing the research and analysis on whatever decisions or actions you plan to take this month. There is no separation between the spiritual and the intellectual. The best course of action with the 7 is to have a healthy balance between the intuition of the spiritualist or metaphysician and the analytical mind of the researcher or scientist when it comes to navigating a 7 cycle or possessing the 7 in your name or birthday. When we go to the expression of the word June, which is the sum total of the June, it adds up to 5 in the Pythagorean system of numerology. 5 deals with change, movement, freedom, and adaptability. And since it's a 14-5, before we get to the single digit of 5, the compound numerology of the number 14 teaches us to move, change, and adapt with the balance of creativity and structure and stability. So with the influence of the number 5 and the 16-7, June is telling us that we are coming upon a crossroads, with the 5 and 6 being halfway point crossroad numbers at the center of the 1 through 9 numerical cycle. There are decisions that may need to be made or changes that need to happen, since 5 is the number of change and also taking risks. We want to be creative yet grounded in our approach and make sure we are listening to our intuition, researching and deep diving into our options before making those moves and changes. In the Chaldean system, June adds up to 17-8. As the star card in tarot numerology, 17 is a divine number that's peaceful and loving, prosperous, financially astute, intuitive. It's a number of leaving a legacy, attaching one's name to something long-standing and beneficial to humanity beyond your physical existence. Since 17 is both highly intuitive and materially prosperous, the 17 also calls us to strike a healthy balance between the spiritual and material worlds so that we may attract abundance, which is the number 8. 8 is the money number, the number of abundance. And the symmetry of the number 8, when you cut it in half, is the infinite balance of the material and the spiritual. And what all this means in relation to the 16-7 universal month and the June expression number in the Pythagorean system is this, and this is the conclusion of the message. Having a successful, positive, and fulfilling June is to keep in mind that as we have approached the halfway point of this Gregorian calendar year, we may be reflecting on our progress so far and considering what adjustments or moves we got to make with our home lives, careers, business, personal and spiritual lives. And keep in mind, all of those areas are connected, by the way. But before we take decisive actions or risks in regards to our homes, families, and finances for both our short-term futures and our long-term legacies, look before you leap and trust your intuition. This means going beneath the surface and getting all of the answers to the who, what, when, where, hows, and whys. This means making sure we're being honest with ourselves and each other about where we are and where we need to go. And after you've done your due diligence in those areas, you just sit still and let spirit speak to you and guide you. Look before you leap. Use your mind and intuition before taking action, because if you don't, you may experience your own proverbial falling from a lightning-struck tower. This has been your June 2026 numerology message for the collective. Choose to make it a great month, and I will see you in July. Peace.
You know what? Thank you for reminding me with my June message that I forgot to mention about the 25/7, that the Father is also, when it comes to navigating those waters, it's not only regulating the emotions, but it's having the balance between the intuition and the analytical mind, because the Father can tend to be very analytical, problem solver all the time, but he needs to balance it out with some of that intuition too. So thank you for playing that June message to remind me that I left that out of the 25 break, the number 25/7 breakdown of that. So yeah, the Father is also that too. The Father is that balance between that analytical mind and that intuitive spiritual self.
Yes. I love it. I was not expecting all the numbers. The numbers always just resonate with the vibration of the name. I believe you and Mama Lisa were talking about Kabbalah earlier, or and I know that they look at the vibration of the words. And there's a website I used to go to, then you can put the name, like if you put in the name of your business, it'll tell you if it's a good idea or a bad idea to use that vibration of that name. So I wonder, like, I know that like the words were created from other words, but like what was the thought process and was it that deep that people were like putting it, or did it, divinely fall into play like that these numbers add up so much to that type of energy?
Yeah, well, the Pythagorean system, if I show you that alphabet, and that one actually kind of relates and kind of corresponds to the Hebrew alphabet, but that one just follows the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just starts over. But the Chaldean system, that alphabet is also actually based on the vibration, the sound vibration of the letters. So that's how they assign the numerical values to those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Starcy, do you have any questions about that energy? I know if you've seen the mother show and now you've seen the father show, how does it resonate now? I want to go back now and watch the mother show and then back to back watch the father show with this information. You also mentioned the number 17.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that in the June. Yeah, the June message. Yes.
Yes. So in the June message, you talked about the number 17, and that resonates because I am a 17/8 life path. I know you're an 8 life path too. Are you a 17/8?
No, I'm a 26.
26. Oh, okay. So when I heard that 17, it resonated so much with the spiritual and material balancing of the two worlds. And that also is funny because I'm a Pisces, and that is also our sign of the balance of the two worlds, the upper and the lower.
Yeah, we got to get who's a Claudia that also does the tarot?
Yeah.
So Claudia, she got to tell us about that star, the star card, and that eight-pointed star of Venus. That's because that's 17 right there.
The star of Venus, which is the star card. Interesting. I didn't know it was the star of Venus. See, you had to add that.
That's another. Yeah, that's a because some of them have different meanings. Depending on which system or which deck you use. And some of them is just referred to as the star, and other ones might refer to as the 8-pointed star of Venus. So it depends on which perspective or where you're studying. But like I said, because I know Claudia, she be busy with the human design, but once she bring some tarot back to us, she can she has a little bit more expertise in that area. Like I just know like the numerology to it, but
right,
she can go into the deeper into the symbolism of the cards and the meanings of the cards and all of that.
Yeah, actually, we're going to do a show on that. I'm going to do a show on the birth cards, your tarot, because everybody's born with 2 tarot birth cards at least. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, what's crazy, I'm born under the star and the strength card. So that's why I said that the star of Venus would be so fitting there at the 17-8, which is the star card. So yeah, you guys, any questions, make sure you put them there in the chat, because that was a lot to digest. It's always a lot to digest when we're dealing with these numbers, but it's repetitive kind of in the way that because we've already talked about these certain numbers before. So we know the vibration of them.
Yeah, and I recognize that could be a lot to digest. So in my years of studying numerology and doing these breakdowns, I've learned to simplify it and make it more digestible, because I could have went further with it. Like I said, I could have went into the vowels of the word father and went into the inner or the soul urge or the inner urge of the word father. I could have went into the personality of the word father. I could have went to the cornerstone. I could have went all these directions with it. So knowing that it's a lot to digest, and we also ain't trying to be here all night, I'm like,
right.
Focus on one or two areas. So I gave you all the vibration of Father's Day, like the calendar day. See, I could have broke down that word. I could have broke down Father's Day as the word too. But we can't overload or overwhelm the people out there. And I can't overwhelm myself by trying to prepare all this.
Right. No, for sure. And again, we got into November. These numbers will repeat. That's the thing about those patterns and these numbers, because that number 7 has continuously come up recently in a lot of the videos and in a lot of the shows that we've had. The 6 and the 7 has been continuously coming up. So shout out to Lady Venus and Maulisa, because I was watching Unread earlier, and a lot of very interesting information. It's so crazy how the frequencies cross without us even knowing. And I didn't even know, what's today? It's the 13th. I thought it was Friday the 13th today. I was like, wait a minute, are we doing this on a Friday? But no, we're moving into the next day almost. So shout out to Maulisa for that wonderful Unread today, and you. That was crazy that you guys had that same book. That's what I'm talking about. When I was watching it, I was like, wow, look at how you get on the same page. Did you I didn't catch the very beginning. I didn't know if you knew you were going to bring the same book or.
See, I didn't know. So what happened was, so since this was not a surprise me week, we normally let each other know what books we're going to bring ahead of time. So I set her mine first. So I'm like, all right, Mabu, this is the book I'm bringing tomorrow. And then she was like, ooh, great. But she didn't send hers back. So I'm like, all right, maybe she'll send it later in the rise or early in the afternoon before we go on. So she didn't send it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll see what's up when we meet. And then she was like, you know what, we'll do a little something different today. I'll reveal mine after we start the show, after we start the stream. So this was our first, not only was this the first time we brought the same book, but this was also the first time that we did a hybrid surprise me, non-surprise me thing.
Right.
So my book wasn't a surprise to her, but hers was a surprise to me, because she knew what I was bringing, but I didn't know what she was bringing.
Right.
So no, I didn't know that we were bringing the same book. She did. She knew we were bringing the same book, but I didn't know how we were bringing the same book.
Yeah, that was crazy. Y'all had the exact same book.
Yeah, like in the exact same to the T, like it was the same edition, same year, same edition, everything. The only difference was I had the booking jacket on mine and she didn't.
Right. That's the only, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I thought that was really dope. Again, tap into Unread Book Review on Mr. Westbrooks page. If you are not subscribed to Mr. Westbrooks class, please do. Over there, they have that's one of my favorite podcasts. I'm not lying. Every time I tap in, I feel like I learn so much, but then I also add to my library, which I really don't need to. I promise you, one day I'm going to get this camera off of here. It looked like yours and my Lisa's. It looks the same way. It's a whole bunch of books. And I don't know. I tried to organize it in a certain way, but they end up just getting mixed back in eventually. But yeah, if you're into books, if you like reading, if you like to learn about new books, because these are books that, like, honestly, I don't know, unless you like are researching for a list of books, you're not going to just come across some of these books. So I love to tap into this podcast, and if you have the time, go ahead and tap in. You can always go back and watch it as well. I like to watch it live, but if you can't watch it live, people, hit the replay. It's always there for you. All right, so that's the Unread Book Review with Mawu Lisa and Mr. Westbrooks.
Yes, and all types of books. So, well, we've been bringing a lot of older books, from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah.
but once in a while, we might bring out something more contemporary, because what I notice a lot, not all the time, I notice like some content creators that bring out the old books and recommend the old books, but a lot of like the newer kind of content that you might see on Instagram and TikTok, they'll mostly talk about new books that just came out like this year or last year. But we bring everything. We bring old books, new books, and books of every genre. So yeah. we dealt with we dealt with the Gnosticism, and we dealt with some magic and mysticism, and
I love that
occultism, and metaphysics with the color healing book also. But we also bring financial books, business books, how-to guides, fiction like novels, like everything, every type of genre, anything in between.
Yes.
Yeah.
My Lisa said she was inspired to bring the book because of our talk on Sophia, which is beautiful. And I want to continue those talks. So Mau, I'm gonna hit you up. We got to keep it going over here. I feel like that's what we're in that age, the gnosis and knowing and knowledge and Aquarius, and she's an Aquarius, and we're dealing with this number 22. And the older books, yes, they're like fine wine. Also, this is something that I keep feeling, knowing, and everybody, please. Books, keep your books. Information in your books will not change. Information online will constantly change. They will have you thinking you crazy. You will be Mandela affected crazily if you don't keep your own books, because the words and the video, everything is changing. And so I've been seeing so many things that I was like, didn't we used to say this and now we're saying this? But your books don't change. And I like to collect books just in case. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about books burning and all of those kind of things. So just remember, it's great to have things online, but online can be zapped away one day. And those books are like, you are holding on to libraries of knowledge, and it's going to be knowledge. It's going to be, at some point, it may go back to being occult and hidden again. And people may be looking for those kind of books. So make sure you keep your book. Yeah, I'm all into keeping books, even though I know it's hard to keep them because, they take up a lot of space. We used to really start keeping a lot of books, but I think in the future, we're going to really be appreciating having the original information.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. And listen, the home, for us book lovers, the home library is the dream and the goal. So it's like, if the space is getting too crowded here, the big aspiration and the goal is to move out of our current residence and move into a bigger home.
That's right.
You can have you can have a whole room just for the library by itself.
You know what? That shout out to Maulisa earlier. She was talking about like being unlimited in your thoughts, right? Like just that's what exactly, like, oh, you know what? It's not enough space for books here. I need to get a bigger house. That's exactly
space. Yeah.
That's the goal.
Because you know how crazy that sounds, saying you gotta slow down or collect the books and stop collecting books. It's like, what? Did I really just say that out loud? Shame on me.
Look at ourselves. Buy a new house. Absolutely. Fuck it.
Yeah. Exactly. Manifest a new house.
Manifest it. Hey, look. Shout out. That was earlier today. Please go watch Unread. It was a really great show. Maulisa was talking about unlimiting your thoughts. And I love the conversation because it's true. We do put a limit on ourselves. We put a cap, we put a ceiling on. But when we were kids, we had an imagination that was crazy. We'd be like, yo, I want to be a princess. You know what I'm saying? That's like, and now we just be like, like Maulisa gave the example of looking at houses, browse the higher big price houses. Why not? Like, look at your dream house. Don't look at houses you can afford. Like, why you want to do that? You want to get to where you want to be. So you got to think outside of the box. And I love that conversation. So again, shout out to Unread. Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah,
I want my whole wall to be a library in my next home. Like one of the rooms just be a library.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now I too was inspired by the Sophia conversation, and then you saying in a couple of the episodes that you're going to continue these Sophia conversations and these Gnosticism conversations. So I'm listening to y'all conversations on here. And I'm also reading content and listening to conversations elsewhere also simultaneously. As a matter of fact, that was pretty much all I've been listening to today. Like while like in between these shows, when I'm listening to going through my YouTube playlist, it was just back-to-back Gnosticism videos. So I was listening to a video on the Gnostic perspective on resurrection, on the secret teachings of Jesus, on how Jesus, the parallels between Jesus and Lucifer. I was listening to all of those today in between these shows while I was folding laundry and going through my cycles and all of that, my laundry cycles. Yeah, I was listening to all of that. So I'm like, yeah, it's only right that I bring the Egyptian Gnostics to the platform today, so that inspiration is definitely there. Yep.
Yeah, I was extremely inspired when I saw that. I was like, oh my God, this is what we're doing. But that's the energy. Again, it's the energy. And I definitely want to continue those conversations. I believe that people want to know, like your friend who came in and was asking the questions. I love that she asked the question about agnostic and Gnostic, and I like how you broke that down. And we have questions because this is the hidden information. This is stuff, it's been there, but it's not been out. It's not been public. It's not been like where you can just go watch a video on YouTube now. Like people weren't, the ages are changing and people are just like, wow, something's going on. And it's just like, are you serious? Do you not see that? Like, it's called the age of knowing. And now Gnosticism is everywhere. And it's really great because, again, as Maulisa explained it, it's not a religion. It's not. It's really a path. It's just like, I want to know. And people who want to know, they go down this path of knowing and exploration of self and, what was before, but like exploring the true self. And I love that. That's where we are. So I want to continue those conversations. Would love to have Maulisa back over here. And also shout out to the Queen. We got to make that happen.
Yeah. We don't get those. Yeah, we don't get those dates together.
Yes. Absolutely. And then I also want to say tonight is a very special night, Nick. Can I make my announcement real quick?
It's your program. You can
Your show
do whatever you want.
This is your show tonight. So
it's your show every night.
This is a very special night because tonight we will be retiring from Pronoia, the chair. Little Squeaky will be going into retirement as of tonight because the Star Seeds got the goddess Rael a new chair, y'all. I was so in tears. Thank you, Star Seeds. Hold on, I gotta get my hold on. They got me a new chair, y'all. Okay, let's say hey. That's right. Squeaky is going into retirement. No more with you here. Hopefully by the next episode, because I have to, now become goddess Rael. Put it together person. So we go.
They say, we love you and all of that, but you on your own at this point.
It's all good. You know what? Listen, I love to create, as y'all know. I make mostly everything I have on, I make myself. So putting something together is so important to me because I put my own energy into it. So I'm good with that because I don't want nobody else. Listen, I done had people make stuff for me and it break it and fall apart, and that's because they got funky energy. I want my own stuff together. I don't need no handyman coming in here. The Starseeds did their part. Thank you so much. I was not expecting that at all. Okay. So I was extremely surprised, very emotional, very happy. And it's so much deeper. It's the chair. Of course it's the chair because I do need a new chair. My booty thanks you. Okay. Let me just say that. I am tired of this little chair. Honestly, I'm blessed, and what's so crazy is the same exact color though. I love this chair. It just, it just ain't doing what it need to do. But the color of the chair that you guys sent me is the same color as my chair, which I love. And so yes, it's beautiful, and I'm grateful, so thankful. And I will I'll show you guys whenever it's together the chair. So thank you, Starseeds, for coming through. I really appreciate y'all. I really do.
Yeah, it worked, and I was telling you backstage, before we came live, that it was so hard to not tell you. Like you don't know how bad I wanted to tell you. I had to keep that secret for a minute. Like I was in on the scheme, on the planning. So
how? You know what? That is so crazy because we have one group chat, and I'm thinking, so y'all up there sneaky talking behind my back. Like honestly, and listen, I'm real funny about like just going outside and checking my mail. And so Smart Video Girl's like, you need to check your mail. And I'm just like, why? Like, why? I don't know. I get nervous about things like, what's in there? What is going on? And she was like, no. And so I went downstairs and I saw it. I was just like, oh my God, y'all. Just so excited and so grateful. And it's bigger than that because it shows how much when people do things like that, first of all, they're listening. Not just to the squeak, but to the fact that you have a need. And not only are they listening, but they carefully met that need without you even having to say like, hey, Starseed, you mind getting me a chair? Like, no, I didn't have to say nothing. They was like, yo, we gotta get Goddess a chair. Because like, what are we doing here? And I love that. I love the fact that you guys are thoughtful like that. We do this for each other. Listen, behind the scenes, we love each other for real. This is not a game. So when you come here and you feel that love, that is real. You know what I'm saying? It's true. That's why when people come here, they get addicted to that good energy because you don't get that good energy everywhere. You don't get that true love everywhere. And I say that because we can go our whole lives and meet people who never truly see us. And then God will put certain people in our lives that see us completely. and it will change the way we can see ourselves. So I thank you, Star Seeds, because that's what you do for me. You're like different mirrors, but positive mirrors, in a world that's so negative, that wants to show you your bad characteristics. I look at you guys and I feel like just whole every single time I get to come on the stage. So thank you for, 11:44. It is. It's beautiful, y'all. And I love this platform. So we continue to grow and expand. I hope that you are tapped in, subscribe. I don't know how many times I can say it. Subscribe. Let us continue to grow. There are starseeds everywhere who need to feel that connection, who need to not feel like they're alone, who feel like a safe space. This is a safe space. And they can learn a lot about themselves on their own time. They don't even have to come here on the live. They can go back and watch it. Like, it's like a book. You can go back and read it whenever you like. It's like those unreads. Don't leave them on the shelf. Go read them. Go watch them.
Those unreads need to be rereads.
Yes. Okay, there we go. The rereads. Yes. But I love it. And again, I shout out to Unread because that is my favorite podcast, y'all. And I do get a lot of good information as far as books. And that's where like the Edgar Casey thing came from. And I'm on my little, it triggers sparks a lot of chords in the brain. It does over there. So if you want your brain sparked, get over there to Unread. Okay.
Right.
Anything else for the people tonight before we close out the show? Decoding the Father.
No, I'll just close out. I'll just close out then. So, guys, Rael, you are. We do love and appreciate you, just like you love and appreciate us. So, just wanted to say that, and just peace to the star seeds out there, the official and the unofficial star seeds. We love all of y'all out there, and I go by many names. I'm called many names.
Pretty Ricky, what is his name?
Yeah. What time is it? Still got a few more minutes.
Yeah. That'll be a week.
I told Knowledge Born and his crew. I said Knowledge Born and his crew because he's the one that started all this Pretty Nikki business. But I told them that they had until I gave them a week. I gave them a grace period of a week because they've been bothering me before the show too. But I told them after the show, y'all have a week, and then after the week, y'all got to wrap this Pretty Nikki business up, and then we got to move on to the next adventure, the next endeavor. But
I got you. I told you a week. That's it. Midnight. We done with the Pretty Nikki. We gonna have a new name. No,
actually, it's tomorrow now. Actually, you got one more day. Actually.
Oh, good. Yeah. Good, because I'm gonna go rerun back that video. If you are not on Instagram, maybe I'll put it on YouTube just for one day. I'll take you down afterwards. But Mr. Westbrooks was in a fashion show, and baby, he killed it out there. You just heard the crowd going crazy. He was giving us something we can feel. I had to make a reel. I told him I was gonna make a reel. We drove all the way to New Jersey, and I'm gonna say all the way because for me, baby, that was a little drive, but it was worth it. It was so worth it. The work was beautiful. Like, honestly, it was great. It kept my attention the whole time. I went to school for fashion design, y'all. So watching them put those costumes and those outfits together, and you was killing that. I don't even know what to call it because you was like, it's not a cape, but it's something, and it's long. You was killing it. You swung that joint around. I was like, okay.
Listen, just you can think about it this way. For my Harry Potter folks out there, you can just think of it as the melanated Professor Snape with it.
Yes, my kids was like, "Oh, he's the evil one with those clothes on." I was like, well, anyway, Mr. Westbrooks, you did that. Thank you for inviting us. We had a great time.
Oh,
You know, it took us 455 years to get back, but we made it safely.
Yeah, glad y'all can make it. You know, and I had that all that love out in the audience.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got every angle of you walking down that stage. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had some more. I have some more for y'all tomorrow. You know, I got the rest of the content, rest of the pictures and all that. So
okay,
I'll close it out. I'll close it out with my post.
We'll be awaiting your post.
Yeah. Waiting mine. But anyway, I'm supposed to be closing now. You know, we over here at the the preacher, the pastors at the end of the sermon. So what I brought up going by many names to give my my benediction and my closing, you know, with my name and where you can find me and all of that. That's what I was closing out with. So yes, I go by all of those many names, but when it comes to breaking down the numerology, doing the numerology and the numerics and the numbers and all of that on Pronoia University podcast, I'm the Math Metaphysician. But on my platform, I am Supreme Numerics. And the meaning of Supreme Numerics is the practical study and application of numerology to help you activate your personal power and abundance. That's the meaning of Supreme Numerics from a numerological breakdown and perspective, like how I did with Father, Mother, and spiritual authority and all those different words. That's the meaning of Supreme Numerics. So you can reach me, YouTube, Mr. Westbrooks class. Well, actually, let me give them the link tree because everything's with the link tree, because you know what happens if you give people too many things, too many steps, too many things to do, then they just shut down and don't do anything. Absolutely. So just go to Linktree, Mr. Westbrooks. Just go there. Everything is there. The YouTube channel is there. The Instagram is there. The booking page to book a consultation with me, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1-hour session to break down your name and your birthday and answer questions such as the direction you're going in on a life, your vocation, your purpose in life, your relationship with currency, with money. These are the types of questions that people bring to me when they get a Supreme Numerics consultation. So you can find that booking information on that link tree as well. Cash App is there if you want to drop something in the collection plate. Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny podcast. That link is on the link tree as well. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny on YouTube. Unread book review link is there as well under the Mr. Westbrooks class umbrella. Also where you can find the Supreme Numerics videos, such as these monthly messages and other items of interest in numerology. So I am all of those names that you heard, but Supreme Numerics with the numerology. Peace and love to the family. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the feedback, the support. I'm glad the message resonated and you all enjoyed it. And I look forward to, unless I got another collaboration show this month, I look forward to seeing y'all in July. Peace and love.
Peace, Mr. Westbrooks. And Starseeds, make sure you hit that notification bell because we are live again here on the 18th with Claudia. We are live again here on the 19th with King Adonis. We are live again here on the 24th with Mahatma Starseed. That's how the preacher do it. And then we are live again here with the premiere of Pronoia Poetry on the 27th. Then I'll probably sneak back in somewhere. So you'll be catching a Transformation Tuesdays and a Master Mondays somewhere in between. Just be on the lookout. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're live here on Pronoia Starseed Podcast. You know that Pronoia means means that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. And it also means forethought. That's right. And that means think ahead, think before you speak, think before you move, think first, because God lives in your mind. So allow divine to align with you and know that the universe is always conspiring in your favor. My bad. I was a little trigger happy right there. Have a good night, Starseeds. Peace.
Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I'm raising kids thinking about me and my son connection, while the sun is setting, thinking about his one direction. What he'll choose and what he'll lose just to be respected. You'll be confused and that'll fuel you to make the corrections. Teaching you life will be on your side when you least expect it. But when you want it the most, sometimes you'll be met with rejection. It's just a part of how this go. They call them highs and lows, but your work ethic can dictate how high you go. My only hope is you find someone with a good chakra balance. You know, someone to keep you happy and embrace your talents. Creating a safe environment like you was raised to do. But one day that self-love might be your deepest challenge. If you lead with your heart, the other parts will follow. Losing people along the way is a hard pill to swallow. God gives his toughest challenges to his strongest soldiers. When it's in you, not on you, you become the controller. I grew my locks after you, cause you inspired me. Our antennas got powers, we hit the lottery. See, my father wasn't around to teach me how to be. I'm just hoping to raise a man that could be proud of me. Look, son, you got everything you need to succeed in this life. How you gonna pick yourself back up if you too scared to fall? You might doubt yourself at times because of what people like. Gotta look within when you start noticing them character flaws. Long as you moving, don't worry about who moves slower or faster. If you meditate right, you'll stop dreaming and you'll start to travel. I ain't tripping, I know you're gonna make mistakes we can't avoid. But find your peace, create some space, because that's half the battle. Keep your head up, never forget that you your father's boy. I just want you to be a good man, don't live in my shadow. I love you more than life itself, that's on my Adam's apple. You made a man of me, the gift that keeps the family active. If this world ever breaks you down, I always tell them stay strong. Remember that I got your back. No, you don't gotta face this world on your own. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Yo, to my son, man, I wanna let you know you're an awesome big brother. You're an awesome little brother. Just an awesome human being. You know, right now you're only 10 years old, man, but the world's gonna start throwing distractions and things to try to make you, turn you into a bad person, man. I want you to use this song always to stay grounded, stay humble, stay positive, and allow yourself to grow. Be graceful with yourself, son. Be graceful with yourself. The world will try to speed you up as fast as they want you to go, but be graceful with your pace and with the way you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough, but you got this, man. God gives the toughest challenges to the strongest soldiers. You one of them. Go make the world a better place. If this world ever breaks you down, I always tell them stay strong. Remember that I got your back. No, you don't gotta face this world on your own. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. I love you endlessly, you got a friend in me. Man, it's nothing like a father-son relationship. Don't be afraid to call on me, you can always talk to me.
Today I woke up feeling brand new. I told myself it ain't nothing that I can't do. I talked to God, my ancestors, and my angels. Said if they with me, guaranteed that I can't lose. Went through the storm, but they ain't know that I was rainproof. God body Teflon, came out the chamber, feeling like Stefan, transformed. Thought I missed my prime, but I'm an optimist. I pray for my ops, cause I win, they do the opposite. When I'ma sit high on the seat, cause God prepared me a table. Yeah, I jumped the whole hood, we ain't even had cable. Went from a goon to a guard, ain't no myth, ain't no fable. Yeah, I knew that I was great since I was laying in the cradle. Oh, made it, yeah, I say I made it. Yeah, they tried to blackball the God, I still ate, We on God's time, we don't call that late, Call me what you want, but you can't never call me fake. Put in 10,000 hours, they been waiting on me to break it. Got some homies dead take, but I just do what it take. Yeah, I say I'm great, yeah, I say I'm greater. Out of Houston, I seen fofos getting tipped like waiters. I just seen my biggest celebrators turn into my haters, Yeah, they see me down when I'm up like elevators, yeah. Been through them wars, my rap sheet decorated. Treat my mind like my bed, I woke up and I made it. Yeah, I say I made it, yeah, I say I made it. Before I see the grave, I take my name and I engrave it, yeah. Ask me about my lady, I used to want a Jada, but I don't want all my business being read at the table, That's against my will, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Need a melanated queen, a dark skin Aunt Viv. These boys going live, but I really live. God body head to toe.
Hey Jay, it's time to go.
What time is it? Dog, it's 4:44. My ancestors and my angels on go. And tell the gods I'm on the way, drop the low. They threw dirt, now they gotta watch me grow. What time is it? Dog, it's 4:44. My ancestors and my angels on go. And tell the goddesses I'm with it, drop the low. They threw dirt, now they gotta watch me grow. What time is it? Dog, it's 4:44. Yeah, it's 4:44. Yeah, it's 4:44. It's 4:44. Yeah, everything synchronized. I've been aligned, I've been divine. I ain't nothing to play with, you better press your wine. And peep the signs, or meet the minds. Yeah, I'm real fruitful and I multiply. Play with my body, nah, don't you try. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. I keep that 4:44. I see the 222. I used to go to 7-Eleven. Now I see 11. Yeah.
First, you suffer, then you awaken, and only then do you begin to ascend. Strange, isn't it? That pain is not a punishment, but a summons, a knock on the inner door that says, wake up. Not to the world, but to yourself. You see, suffering shakes the foundation of who you think you are, so that you may discover who you truly are. And when that veil lifts, something extraordinary happens. You stop identifying with the wound and begin identifying with the witness. This is awakening. From here, ascension isn't about floating off into the clouds. It's about returning fully to the present, unburdened by the past, undistracted by illusion, unmoved by the ego's hunger for control. You begin to live as the soul, not the story, and you realize the pain didn't break you. It built the staircase, and now you're rising.
Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design.
pull my code to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors, trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff.